Hey, experts listeners. I want to key you into something that we do very special here at Ops Experts Club, and that's a masterclass. We have a free masterclass called Foundations That Scale. And the great thing about this masterclass is it's for operation professionals who are growing businesses. One of the most dangerous things you can do as an operator is grow businesses on a foundations that's not stable. So in this particular masterclass, we take apart all of the inside pieces of your team, your tech, and how they're using time. And we make sure that you're building on a foundation that's stable. So if you want to check out a great masterclass completely for free, go to foundationsthatscale.com. We'll see you there.
Welcome to the Ops Experts Club with Aaron, Taryn, and Savannah. This podcast will take you behind the scenes of some of the finer details of multi-million-dollar companies. These ops experts have dealt with operations for scaling companies and well-established businesses with anywhere from small to large teams. If you've ever been deep into the details of a major company, then you know how much it takes, and these conversations are just for you. Welcome to the Ops Experts Club podcast.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ops Experts Club. Another fine Thursday morning. Excited to be here. Unless you're on the East Coast and it's Thursday afternoon. Either way, we're all same place, same time. Ben, Savannah, thanks for joining.
Good morning.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome. Well, this week we got some cool tools. So in our space, we work a lot with people doing coaching. A lot of coaching out there, a lot of virtual coaching. It was probably the big leader up into info products. A lot of people started out as coaching and then realized, well, I can maximize my income by not always having to be on camera, right? Record everything for any course. Price can go down, but the number of people go up. And it's no longer my own hourly time. So it's kind of like what led then to info products. But coaching's a fun space. And we've been working with clients who they're wanting to raise up coaches and like build this coaching program as part of their company. And so how do we manage that? It's a whole separate army. Talking about like credits, how many coaching sessions do they have? Assigning to different coaches, having a coach being assigned to them, taking in payments for those coaching sessions, Zoom links, recordings, resources, all these different things play into just delivering the coaching session that you don't want to have to do manually. So we've gotten the opportunity to look at a few different coaching platforms. Right now with the Dr. Dharius Daniels team, we're helping onboard them into a new one called Delenta. One we're going to take a look. They're leaving an older one called Simply Coach. We're also going to take a look. Still a good platform, great for where they started, but we decided to help them move into something a little beefier. And then Ben, I know you're working with somebody finding their coaching platform.
Yeah, Daryl Griggs with Yuma. It's looking at Paperbell. It's an interesting platform.
Nice. And then I know with 100X too, we even spent a long time helping them build out a coaching platform and even used a Monday board as kind of their quasi coaching platform, which really helped them up level, having lots of coaches and how to give them access to see their students. Savannah, do you want to start with Simply Coach and Simply.coach? And
I get to start. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I personally haven't worked a ton with our coaches. So this was like a really new thing for me, which was kind of exciting because I haven't really seen any of this like play out in real time. So I was kind of looking at it from like operations point of view. And it's interesting because I feel like this could be, it is specifically for coaches, but I could see it working for like different business models too. But anyway, I'll share my screen and we'll just take a little tour. So this is just the dashboard. I just set up a really basic trial account so I can just kind of like look at what's going on. And so at a glance, you can see sessions that you have coming up. You can see actions. So you can set yourself little tasks to remind yourself to do if it's like, oh, I need to check in with that client or I need to check in with that coach on that client. So you have kind of like it's kind of like a little project management dashboard. So you're kind of looking at like calendar kind of things, reflections. That's like when you finish a session, you have like a reminder to set up reflections on that session. So you have some notes on it. And then you even have prospects for people that you haven't started with yet. So what I liked about this is that it has a lot of things all built in one. Like you could really kind of live in here and you have, of course, all of your clients. So not exactly CRM, but kind of CRM, like you have like all of their information. You have how many sessions that they got with their plan, the goals that they have. So I gave some example goals, but it's like one's like to listen more actively and that kind of thing. So you can add a list of goals that they want to get by the end of your coaching experience. You can look at their upcoming sessions that they have scheduled. You even have a private journal so you can take notes on that client, like while you're meeting with them. And the client also has access to private notes. Actions, like I said, is kind of like your little task management where you can be like, I need to check in with them regularly for this, that, and the other. Resources is you have memory available in the platform. So kind of like little Google Drive, you can put your different documents and stuff that you want to share with your clients in there. You can choose if it's private. You can choose if it's coach only. You can choose if it's coachee and coaches. Shared space. This is basically where you're communicating with your client outside of your sessions. So if you wanted them to like submit assignments and stuff to you, you kind of have this little timeline area where you can talk to each other. And then nudges, you can set scheduled nudges to your clients. So you can set it as recurring, or you can just set it as upcoming, like, hey, you have a session coming up, tomorrow. You can set that up. Or if it's like, hey, we, decided that you're going to do this weekly personal growth exercise. Here's your reminder that today is the day that you do that weekly personal growth exercise. So kind of a cool way that you can like set things up automated. So if you want all of your coaches to interact with your clients in the same way, you can like set up templates and things so that it's all the same every time. And then you can set up your availability for them to set up. So you sync your calendar, like your Google Calendar. And so you see what you have coming up and what's available. And then you can actually set up your availability for them to set up sessions with you, like a Calendly or a schedule once or whatever. And you can even actually like get as minuscule as like, if you want to only take, new coaching calls on Mondays, you can set it up that those types of calls can only be scheduled on Mondays. Like you can get really granular with it. It's pretty cool.
You like that? Nice.
And then you can also set up like invoices and things, contracts and everything right within the program. So you can take payments, you can take all the things right in there. You can even set up what your tax rates are per state so that that's all like done for you as well. And then you can just export everything right from the page. Once you have things in there, they'll give you a little option to do it as Excel or PDF. You can just export it, load it into whatever bookkeeping software you're using. And analytics. You have analytics so you can also keep track of miss and reschedules, what your other coaches are doing in the organization, what your contacts are. Like you can do all the things just right within here. So my brain's like, I could see this working even like for us. Like there's even like there's a cohort section. So you can have like a little group coaching section, like within an organization. So if you like take on a client that's a company, you can have like all of them can like talk about their assignments together in that little cohort. It's pretty cool.
Can you bill through the platform or do you have to bill separately?
So you can set up
can you take
invoices.
payments?
Yeah, you can take payments. So it allows you to integrate, Stripe. I don't know what else it might allow you to integrate with, but I know that you can set up Stripe and then you can set up invoices and then yeah, you can submit invoices to the customer and they can pay right through there.
Nice.
So, and I think all of that's it might be under setting. So that's where you can do your availability, scheduling rules, integrate your calendar, integrate your payments. Yeah.
It all seems pretty user friendly too, which is nice.
Yeah. Like I said, like I have no experience with this at all. And I feel like if I wanted to, like I could jump in today and start doing stuff with like having zero familiarity with any of this. And then it starts out at only $9 a month and you can have up to 5 coaches with that. So that's really not bad. You only get 1 gig of storage, but if you're only working with PDFs and like any images that you have in those are pretty low resolution, like you can probably hold most of what you need in there. So for starting out, like that's pretty awesome. And then obviously it goes up from there and you get more things, but which like even 30 coaches, I imagine like companies like Dharius Daniels, that's probably why you guys are looking at new ones because you can probably grow out of that pretty quickly.
I know one thing we didn't like about it was the contract and invoices section. It was a very manual process. It's like you have to create an invoice and send it, create an invoice and send it. And then you have to check back to manually follow up with it if it's paid. So there is a lot to be needed there in the payments and automation section, which as you start to grow, you realize you don't want to be doing that admin work. But yeah, for a very small team, it's manageable.
Yeah, if it's just you or up to 5 is pretty small, I could see that being not a huge issue. But yeah, if you're dealing with, 20 different coaches and they all have 5 clients and you're trying to, at least 5 clients, that can be tough. But yeah, I really like it. I see a lot of potential for, like I said, like even different kind of avenues of your business. Just if you have like one-on-one communication with a client, it seems like a really good way to do that.
Interesting.
Well, I'll show you what we got here with, you saw the old platform. Now we're moving Dharius Daniels' team into Delenta, which is pretty cool. We did some research and landed on this one. And just like a lot more of the automations they can do, as well as the ordering and the e-commerce side of it. And so the pricing on this one is, per user per month, but I only liked the automation. So you want to see inside, pretty cool looking. I was just over here in integrations just to see what integrating with natively, of course, for your payments.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a coach portal and a team portal. So this is where I, as the admin, manage my coaches. And this is where I, as a coach, manage my students.
Okay.
So I can easily go in here, update, my CRM, my coaches, my report settings. This is where we're going to get email customizations, subscriptions and payments, branding and themes. Oh, this is Delenta. So we got coaches, CRM for our students. Found it to be pretty intuitive. My finances, where my sessions are. And then on the coach side, I can see my clients, my sessions, my leads, amount earned, my availability, my profile, upcoming sessions, like that, new leads, profile page visitors. So it's actually going to create for us like a landing page style where people can self-select coaches based on like bios, which is pretty cool. That was the other neat feature we liked about it. So very similar to simply.coach, but I think with this one, they've made it a lot more all-in-one. If you do want those extra things, you do like the coaching self-select, you like the different billing automations you can set up. This does have a resource section too that you can share with different clients or keep private and send the contacts.
I like the availability of integrating email setup with it too, though, because not everyone's going to want to log into a separate platform to interact with the coaches. And with simply.coach, it looked like that was the only way that people can really interact with their coaches. So being able to correspond by email is going to make it more accessible to clients, especially people who aren't super tech savvy. A lot of the time people signing up for these courses are people who are like just starting out and trying to figure out what they want to do for online business because maybe they're coming from brick and mortar. And so like they're like, I feel like throwing extra platforms at them is going to make it more intimidating.
Speaking of email, have you like seen anything in here about email automation, like from the coach? Like if I wanted to send out, like a regular scheduled email to my clients, so like kind of like the nudges and the Simply Coach, have you seen anything like that in this platform?
I haven't seen that part. I know we get set it up based on purchases, but I'm not sure about, the nudges. That was a cool feature.
I imagine even if like if you're coaching, you had a client and then maybe you haven't seen them in 6 months, you could set up a nudge or an email automation like, hey, how's it going? Just want to make sure you're still good.
Yeah. So I mean, we're excited. David is helping them onboard and help build it out for them. Here's a message section. That's pretty cool. So we're pretty excited to see where this takes them.
It is funny how similar, I mean, just like most CRMs, the platform really is like, they're all the same except for like that one little feature. You're like, that's the one thing that I need, or that's the one thing that I need. Like these are all so similar.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to decide what that time is worth to you for, like Karen was saying, the automations follow up, like depending on what you're paying a person to be that follow-up person, you have to kind of think about like, okay, well, we're paying that person this much money a month to chase down our money versus having an automated system do it for us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So there's that one. I think we're looking forward to it. Excited to see where it goes.
Interesting.
It'll be pretty cool. Ben, you got one you've been looking at for Uma?
Yes, I have what's called Paperbell. I would consider this of the 3 probably the most beginner jump right in platform. Like if you're a new coach, I would say this seems like the simplest, most streamlined platform you could jump into. It's definitely built for a single coach, not multiple coaches. So that's why I say, like, if you're just getting into it, you're getting ready to take on your first clients, this seems like it'd be a really good option because there's not a lot of clutter. It basically does those few things that you need and it does it well. And that's about it. It has, the scheduling, your payments, your client management, signing of contracts and storage of contracts. You can throw in digital products too and do like group sessions. That's
Cool.
a possibility that they use too, but it does like these things well. And it's like, we don't need to do anything else. You just need the basics. We'll do it well, which I like if you're brand new. The pricing it's a little bit, it's kind of midline on those other ones, but you get, your 2 months free. So I'm not sure what that would be, off of your bill, but you do get that. So that's nice. They do also though, like there's no like pro tier, business tier, it's just like everything. So
Yeah.
So you're not ever going to pay more than this, but you can't really pay less than this in a sense. You get everything and that's it. What it looks like on the inside is, again, really streamlined and simple. Here's your calendar, your sessions would show up here, your appointments, your availability. Again, just like with the other two, sync with your calendars, and you can change your availability to whatever you want, and your appointments would show up here as well. Packages similar to those other ones, they give you sort of some pre-built packages of what you might want to do, and then you can go in and customize these. Or you could just create, your own also. But each package you can click into it, of course, dig into, the pricing. It'll create a landing page for these for you if you want to. You just drop in some basics, description, your cover image. It'll pump out a landing page for you, which is really nice.
You purchase directly from the landing page.
Yeah. So the client then can purchase directly from the landing page. That's where they would purchase and they would schedule their session with you as well. So this one, it's more, it seems like Paperbell is like, I'm going to start coaching. I'm going to take my payment up front and then I'm going to do the coaching. They're going to schedule the session and then I'll run through the session. So there isn't really as much of a chasing down payments from customers, which is really nice. They're purchasing the product up front. You can also set up subscription products for 12 sessions is $100 a month or something like that, or $1,200 So that's really nice too. Again, it's all just really simple, really streamlined. I can gift them a package, send an email. The email automation, again, isn't huge. That was under clients, I believe. You can, it's just still a single email. I can't remember where it was at, but it only gives you like 4 or 5 triggers when it comes to email automation. It triggers off of when an appointment's been booked, off of a sale, a certain amount of time before the appointment's going to be happening, just kind of like those nudges, but it's very limited. I would like to see a bit more options when it comes to how you can email your clients. But again, like I said, you're paying for a very stripped down version. It does integrate with Stripe and PayPal, which is a plus too. So that's nice. But yeah, very simple. Again, very easy to use. That's why I think it would be great for a new coach, because it's really easy to just jump in and basically sign up, put in your availability and integrate your Stripe and you're off to the races.
The person that you're setting this up for, their business is mostly in person, right? So they're kind of doing like an in-person, but like, because everyone wants to be able to pay online and stuff, so they can set up online, but it is for like personal coaching, fitness coaching, right?
Yeah, you can do both. You can
That's cool.
integrate or sync Zoom and send a Zoom link and do it online, or in person. Daryl runs martial arts club in Oregon, and so he does a lot of in-person physical training, but he also wants to start, sort of life coaching. Okay, now you got your body all put together, let's get your brain put together. So it's a good 1-2 for him. So being able to sort of, offer people this on the side as well would be good. It does also give you the ability, I don't think I covered it, but to upload courses in like your digital products. You also run all that as well.
I feel like this one like lends itself a little bit better to be like a hybrid Like I can see why you guys chose this for his business, because the other ones seem more focused on, digital only platforms, while this one I feel like is simple enough that it'll integrate really well with being both.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I like no fluff platforms where it doesn't take me an hour to figure out how to just like book an appointment because I have to, go through 80 steps to set something up. This is just, it's right there. It's all you need. If you need more, then you probably would graduate to like a Delenta or a Simply.coach. But if you're just one coach who's, starting off with maybe 3 or 4 clients, I think this should be a good place to start.
And
Awesome.
it seems very well geared towards the solopreneur. Doesn't want me admin work. Here's
Yes.
I want money. It's like scheduling. Let me do the rest.
Yep. Yeah. And for a lot of brand new coaches, that's where they really start out at.
Cool. I'm excited for that. You're rolling that out with them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'll be fun. It was very simple interface too. That was nice. There was so much white space.
Yeah. Right. You're like, this is not confusing because I can only look at 3 things on my screen right now.
Yeah. Cool. Well, any coaches out there in the world listening, hope this helps you. If you've been just doing the old Google Sheets or just taking computer notes on your coaching clients, maybe you're looking to upgrade into something and one of these 3 options is right for you. Otherwise, we're going to keep chipping away at our projects with Delenta and now Paperbell and getting our clients onboarded to them successfully. And I imagine in the future, Savannah's going to use Simply Coach for her life somehow, and she'll start approaching clients with their kids.
I'm going to teach kids art classes, I think, virtually by the end of the year. So there's that. Maybe.
Perfect. Yeah. You can utilize one of those.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today. All right. Well, we'll see you all later.
See you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ops Experts Club podcast. New episodes available every week on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're curious about how some of the biggest names in entrepreneurship have scaled their businesses to the next level, check out some of our best content on this topic by going to foundationsthatscale.com. You can find the link in our bio and do your part to improve as an ops expert.